Welcome, dear viewer. If you're here, that means you are a fellow man of culture, and I'd greatly appreciate if you could hit the like and subscribe button really quick. We now start the journey that is filled with funny and crazy turns of events. This one is little spicy, hope you can handle spice. The story begins in a mystical land covered with red mist. In the midst of it, there's a house that might seem soulless and abandoned at first glance. We also have this lazy-ass owl, which is quite important to the storyline, lying on top of the tree. It is watching over someone more important. The protagonist of the story, Nya Xiaotian, who is so wasted right now. He is the owner of the Zuba system, a senior high school student and martial arts specialist. It wasn't always like this. He was totally different. It all started when he broke his leg just before the college qualification exam. He thought that his study career was over because he might have spent some time in the hospital and wasn't prepared for the exam. It was until he met an owl. The owl was the most mean-looking creature with the darkest aura possible out there. It flies towards the MC with its lazy eyes and smirk face and lands on his hand. The owl turned out to be a learning system, an extremely common setting in a web novel. So, the owl told him that 1 year's study in the system world is equivalent to 1 minute in the real world. It seems like a very favorable situation. He thought that it would be extremely useful for the college entrance exam. So he didn't think twice, he just signed it for 500 years. 500 years means little more than 8 hours, it'll be like 1 night's sleep, he thought, so he was magically transferred to different space. After 100 years of hard work, he nearly had it all from science to philosophy. He learned everything that can be learned. However, there was a huge problem. He still has 400 years left. He panicked like he lost his mind. He had to get out of there, but the system said he couldn't leave unless he dies, and suicide isn't an option. If he'd known that, he wouldn't have signed for hundreds of years. For 100 years, his only companion was this black little donkey with shiny teeth and hair and braid. The only way he might get killed was for the donkey to kick him. So he hugs the donkey knowing it is the only way. For over a month, he kept getting it drunk, urging it to drink more and more. And who doesn't like to be wasted? The donkey was no exception. He even went to the length of training the donkey to aim at his head every day so it can form a muscle memory. He calls it Donkey's Sister and shows exactly where to kick. So now, as you can see, he learned taijutsu, probably from Kakashi-sensei himself. He now uses the strongest form of it. Leaf Village Secret. Ultimate Taijutsu. 1,000 years of death jutsu. No way, he just digged that to a female donkey. And he got what he deserved. Nice and swift kick was served right to the face. He went flying just like ascension to heaven. The rocket fuel was coming out of his nose. He can finally die and rest his case in this world. Now he can return to the real world. He put an end to his story as the owl cheered him on. In the land that is covered with red mist, a voice of a woman could be heard from a distance saying the red mist looks horrifying to her master. Master informed that was because this place was one of the most dangerous places in the world. According to the legend, it is the place where the ancient god Yaishin was buried. Before his death, he summoned the red mist into the Forbidden Land. And this old man who was telling the story is Li Fingzi, 999 years old, the head of the Four-Leafed Musketeers. He went on with his story, telling back then there was a clan called Heavenly King. They were responsible of guarding this tomb of evil. Later, the emperor established the emperor's court, so this place became the emperor's forbidden land. Unfortunately, the emperor's reign has fallen 900 years ago. Ever since then, no one has ever guarded the tomb, said the old master as he sighed. Yubuhue, disciple of Crazy Li, 16 years old, the second empress of the Four-Leafed Musketeers. Damn, she looks so hot. Pause the video, take your time to appreciate the artwork. I wait. So anyways, she asked about the gradual fading away of the red mist, and this means it might disappear completely someday. The junior sister asked what will happen when the red mist fades away? Will the Forbidden Land still be banned? The old master answered, not banned, but... And he became silent for a while. Surprised from long silence, sister said, but what? Wow, they are huge. No, I mean big, no. I meant tall, they are so tall compared to this old man. As he started his story about the prophecy of the emperor's dynasty, He used his sword without even touching it. Oops, that came out a little inappropriate, but you know I meant the actual sword as you can see in the picture. He skillfully used his sword as a pencil and the land as paper to wrote down something in Chinese that might be the actual prophecy. And he read that sky is filled with red fog and the ancient demons are sealed away. After the past life fades away, a new life will arise. Older sister said, the past life is gone, a new life will arise. Does that mean when the red mist fades away, the ancient demon god will be reborn? The old master agreed with her, saying that's exactly what it means, and put his sword back in its sheath. Brunette's sister said if that happens the whole world will see great chaos and war. Almost dead Gramps replied calmly, so what? When exactly did this world know peace? Personally, I think that might be true, 'cause he's been around almost 1,000 years. As they gazed at the sunset, younger sister asked the master if he knew the last empress, since he knew about the prophecy. The answer was of course he knew the last empress. The donkey has been running for a long while as she gets tired, but still haven't left the forbidden land of the red mist. Since its master personally fed the immortal wine for a whole month, the rich flavor of the wine unexpectedly created a magical phenomenon. The phenomenon no soul has ever expected. I've seen a dog, a cat, or even a gorilla turned into a human in anime, but donkey, oh no, 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 no. Well, it turned out way better than expected. So smash. Next. So what? Don't judge me, I know she's a donkey. Who cares? Who cares, brother? Today, we smash. Okay. She's surprised and embarrassed that suddenly her master poked her in the back as Kakashi did to Naruto with ass-poking jutsu. She excitedly runs as the first day of the Lunar New Year is always a festive day. She finally came to the edge of the Forbidden Land so she can stop the thunderstorm that might disturb the master that's been knocked out cold. Oops, spoilers alert. She wondered if the song that her master often sings can alleviate the pain of the thunderstorm. Then she proceeds to sing the song. Never gonna give you up. Outside of the forbidden land of Red Mist, Master Li and his two disciples were camping with campfire to keep them warm. All of a sudden they heard someone was singing. They were dazzled by the song because every word sounded magical, just like the songs of mermaids in the fairy tales. As they listened to the song more, they figured that it was coming from the inside of the forbidden land. Two sisters discussed that they never heard of this melody before. Damn. They are so big. I mean so hot, they're so hot, let's just not stray away. You can pause the video and take your time to appreciate the artwork. As a fellow man of culture, I promise there are more to come. As one of the sisters tried to comprehend the song, believing it must be some kind of celestial music, she felt the charm in the song. As the golden aura surrounds her, she sat down and started to cultivate immediately. She said the charm of the song gave her a feeling of enlightenment. She seemed like she was about to have breakthrough. Thanks to the cameraman's hard work, we get to see her from all the angles and finally get her intro. She's Lu Xie, 15 years old, a beginner swordsman. Dang. She's a minor. Everybody check your door, the FBI agents are waiting outside. She finally broke through. It was clear from the golden aura she was emitting. These two are at awe from this phenomenon. It seems that they now know exploring the forbidden land can truly bring opportunities. Oh man. This camera angle is something else. Yet this old man found this opportunity too strange, as his face revealed awe and confusion. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. Our donkey girl has been singing this song all night and surprised why the transformation thunderstorm didn't come and wondered if her master's song also has the power to resolve the thunderstorm. The song is very powerful even in our world too. By that time, the red mist was already dispersed. She was standing in the sun. Lu Xie already noticed the disappearance of the red mist as well as the women in front of her, saying could it be her who sang all night long. The donkey girl also noticed three of them, especially the girl waving at her. She energetically asked, "Miss, what song were you singing? Can you tell me the title?" But our donkey girl was scared because they're human cultivators. Afraid that they might kill her, she run back to her master as soon as she can. As they wake up, they asked why junior sister was making so much noise early in the morning. Senior sister calls the old man and tells him that red mist has dispersed. Surprised master says this is not good. Not paying attention to any of that, however, Shia rode on his sword and started chasing the donkey girl. While jumping on their swords, senior sister and master screamed, "Come back quickly, do not trespass in the forbidden land, it is dangerous." Yet it was too late for her and she's already gone so far, so both of them had no other choice but to follow her. Inside the forbidden land of red mist, under the shade of a tree, maybe because he was knocked out last night, our MC was sleeping hard as the wine jars were still around. The donkey brayed as hard as she could, running towards her master. He woke up from her loud noise. But he was unhappy and confused because he didn't die. That even confused the donkey too. 3 strangers was flying in as the MC let the truth sink in that not only he didn't die but also the red mist disappeared and the world is so big. 2 sisters and their master had their time of realization of that the singing lady was a donkey demon. But there's a living person hiding in the forbidden land and also that person had an extraordinary aura. He might be the person mentioned in the prophecy. The MC was surprised of 3 people who were flying on swords, guessing this could be the world of cultivation. After he saw the people, the MC thought that he was deceived by the broken system. His idea about this world was only small place around the house. And now he doesn't have to worry because it'd be so much easier in this cultivation world to find a few powerful people to kill him. He's happy that he's now closer to achieving his goal of dying and returning to the original world. The old master thought that if this person is a truly reborn ancient demon god, they must kill him as soon as possible while he's still weak, otherwise he might be the greatest threat to humanity. But he doesn't look weak. In the mind of the old man, the MC looked like a demon lord who was about to destroy the world. He wonders if they can take down the demon because his cultivation was damaged by half and he only have 1 year left to live, but her disciples are still young and this would require careful consideration. The donkey tried to provoke them because now she was safe behind her master. Brunette was about to show her moves, but her master stopped her from attacking. But the MC was so excited to see her moves. "Aren't we? All?" And the donkey was still trying to provoke them for drawing the sword in front of her master. Old master believed killing the demon god needed a solid plan. He proceeded to introduce himself. He's Li Fingzi, a wandering cultivator, and asked the MC how to address him and assuming if he's a Taoist friend. The MC told him that there's no need to be so polite and that he's Nya Xiaotian, just an ordinary mortal, and he wouldn't call himself Taoist. He wondered about how he can make them attack and kill him, or should he just invite them to his house and wait until an opportunity presents itself. Finally, he proceeded to invite them for a cup of tea, telling them since he didn't have guests often, everywhere was messy. Master Li kindly accepted the offer on the surface, but actually he was thinking, if you don't enter the tiger's den, how can you catch the tiger's cub? And take a look at this demon's lair. 2 masters went in and the rest just followed, but they were still worried. They immediately made themselves at home. They were sitting in the chair and checking out the interiors. The MC, Nya, left happily to make some food for the guests and hoping that his plan might work out. He quickly left the room, but the donkey girl was waiting and looking at the room with smirk on his face. The guests who were left in the room could clearly feel the immense amount of spiritual energy. The brunette said to the old master that the spiritual energy in the room is more abundant than those blessed lands and immortal realms. The junior sister agreed, and if they can cultivate here, their progress will surely be twice as fast. Yet Master Li showed concern, and for him it is always good to be cautious and guard against strangers. Moreover, since he has a donkey demon, yet the MC is probably not a good person. The donkey girl was listening all of their conversation and she transferred into a human form, said how amusing was their conversation. Her master's immortal techniques were so profound, how can mortals can see through them? The pretty senior sister didn't take the insult lightly and replied, "You bold donkey demon, I have never seen a monster like you so audacious." She drew her sword with anger. Damn, she is still so adorable with even angry face like this. No, I am not a simp. I just appreciate the art. The donkey girl was just amused of the fact that just a mere second-rate swordsman dared to draw a sword at her. And she's not just a donkey girl anymore. Her name is Mu Dang Qi, 100 years old, for leaf swordsman of the demon race. Finally, we have her name. Calling her the donkey girl was so uncomfortable and scary. Especially when she just can bend the sword like that. It is the nightmare of every man. Imagine someone bending your sword like that, ha 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 ha, just joking. Yao, the senior sister, was so surprised that she bent the sword just like that. Mu, the donkey girl, explained why she escaped this morning because she was afraid of human race. However, that doesn't mean that she can't defeat two little girls. However, Lucia tried to explain that it's a misunderstanding. They didn't want to kill her, she just wanted to ask about the song. Depressed masterly from the situation that the donkey demon reached the same level as him and terrified of the MC's cultivation level. He told the girls not to disrespect because they were here as guests. Mu praised the old man for being sensible and bent the sword back to its original state and with her spiritual energy put the sword back into the sheath. Yoa was so surprised and scared at the same time, shaking from the sheer power of this powerful monster. Mu warned the guest about leaving after they finish eating and not to disturb her and her master anymore. Otherwise they'd regret it. She farted in the room and ran away. Damn. Her gas is green, that's disgusting. I think donkey is still a donkey even after 100 years. Hope any of you guys aren't watching this while eating, ha 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 ha. Lu, the junior sister, said even her fart is extraordinarily stinky. I feel your pain, young sister, even I feel bad as a storyteller. The MC made some food that was made of the vegetables left at home and brought it to the table. He's the culprit of eating all the meat dishes. But he's happy to share some wine. They could drink as much as they want, and that's the wine that transformed Mu, the donkey girl, into human earlier than anticipated. Yet he's not sharing the wine out of kindness. His plan was to get the guests drunk and it'd be easier for them to kill him accidentally. The smell of the food immediately took the guests under its spell with such nice scent. All of them were drooling and the essence of Tao in the food was incomprehensible. It even numbed the reasoning of the old master. He now thinks the food doesn't contain any poison, and if the MC wanted to kill them, why would he even poison them? He served the guests some mapo tofu. It's the best when poured over rice. He's not wrong, it's delicious even in real life. But she didn't know what tofu is. He kind of explained what tofu is. It's a kind of food made through alchemy, like how people refine pills. She said, is it a kind of elixir? He replies that it's true because the person made the first tofu was an alchemist. Since the food was delicious, she really liked it. You can clearly see that because she's already started gobbling up. Senior sister also liked the food, calling it delicious. The old master sighed that his foolish disciples forgot to be cautious. Even he tells to be cautious all the time. Our MC wanted to raise a cup to their meeting, so they went kanpai. Well, that's Japanese but still works, right? They all had a good feeling about the immortal wine that has the essence of spiritual energy and is so fragrant. But only Nye had different thoughts. That once they got drunk they could kill him and this would be his last meal. Suddenly they started to have their advancement in cultivation. Junior sister Lu advanced to middle stage from beginner. Masters Li's old injuries started to heal. However, our lovely waifu senior sister was feeling little dizzy. She probably got drunk after just a sip. It was clear because her face was all red. All of a sudden she lost control because of dizziness in her head, but the MC saves the day by quickly reacting to the situation. He held tightly from her hips, best positioned to go for a kiss. But her eyes literally started to glow and the sword left the sheath. He was kind of excited that she got drunk quickly and about to go crazy from the alcohol. Looking at the situation, he's about to die in a literal sense. I mean, who wouldn't? She's glowing like Goku glows when the shit is about to go down. Great, now is his chance, since the sword is already on his neck.